Okay, so we're back again, and um, nest. We have today's word is nest for the Inktober challenge, or whatever you want to call it. Um, so um, so let's just start off with a bit of a feeling. Let's try and get some. Always good to kind of start with the eyes. I don't know why, but it always kind of gives me a bit of comfort to start with the eyes. Gives me a kind of a nice kind of I don't know, it's like a comfort blanket or something like that. You know, it's like doing the eyes and the eyebrows and stuff like that just kind of makes me kind of secure in a way. It kind of makes me feel like, well, if that looks okay, then the rest of the drawing will look fabulous. Kind of a silly thought, but it's my thought and I like it. So get little bits of, and birds are always a nice subject anyway. I think this kind of idea of a bird's nest, though it could have been a nest of anything, but I guess in this case it's kind of fun to draw birds and things like that. Kind of a bird are we gonna have? Are we gonna have a, well, it kind of well, I guess he kind of looks a bit nasty anyway, so let's stick with that. Kind of got a bit of an angry look to him there. Somebody said that all my characters look a little bit angry and grumpy. Really? I don't know why they think that, but I guess in this case he is angry and grumpy. So in this case, yes, they're correct. I love the feeling of its Indian ink. It just gives me this kind of feeling that it's permanent, you know. Ooh. Oh, what have you done? Okay. All right, don't worry. We know what we've done. Yeah. Sometimes your brain is drawing a line, and you're talking about something, and you're drawing a different thing, and sometimes you just got to kind of play with it, go with it. Whatever your brain is thinking and whatever your brain is wishing for, then that's what you need to stick with, because your brain is always right. Your brain's always telling you the, there we are, got some kind of big hooked beak. Well, that's kind of like a, I don't know, like an eagle or a, that's kind of like wild. I kind of like that, and the fact that he's kind of got this evil kind of smile. I kind of like that. Oh, that's just getting a little bit thick on there. Let's just suck that up. There you go. And that should give me a nice kind of crabby old face. I like that. It's almost like a kind of like a bald eagle almost. Right, what are we thinking? I don't know, I kind of feel like there's space there. Be nice to, I know it's a bit dangerous once you've already done your ink. Don't do this at home. Start with the left, work to the right. Never do in the middle and then start drawing on you. You're bound to mess things up. But there's me not listening to my own advice. I don't know why I do this, you know. Sometimes I always kind of, my brain's always talking something, and I think, well, if your brain said it, it must be right. And then you start messing around, and sometimes you can really cause yourself trouble. This is like a, I just had this kind of thought that maybe the baby bird is coming to feed the mummy bird, you know. Something like that. Let's just give him some. Let's give him a crazy hairdo. And it's a little kind of baby bird that's coming to feed the old big grumpy one. Again, I don't usually plan these drawings out. They usually just kind of come out of my brain and go onto paper. So you never know what's going to happen. Which is, again, you know, I keep saying this is part of the reason why I love it, because it kind of like, it's always a nice surprise. Oh dear, got another big splodge of ink there. Let's just see if I can save it. Because I'm on an angle on this table, so it's very easy to kind of mess it up. If the sometimes the way I use the ink is quite thick, and sometimes it causes the ink to kind of blotch, and then it kind of can come falling down, or you know, like running down a big stream. So sometimes it's always good to have some tissue paper with you, or kitchen roll. Kitchen roll is much better. Kitchen roll is the savior for me. It's like it just, whereas tissue paper doesn't seem to suck it up the ink. The kitchen paper does. It's fabulous. Great invention. So there's a baby bird there anyway, coming in. And he's got, let's give him some long, scraggly feet. You know I love long, scraggly feet by now. So maybe it's the kind of the opposite here. The baby is feeding the mum or the dad, whichever. Shouldn't say mum or dad, should I? Should say. Otherwise I'll get bad comments from people saying, you shouldn't say it's the mum, or you shouldn't say it's the dad, or... So it's just a big, fat, lazy bird. You can decide. So, there we have it. So, it's been quite a while since I've drawn birds anyway. I can't remember the last time I drew birds. So, this should be a fun one. Some movement lines so we can see that the bird is flapping his wings and floating about. Right, back to this grumpy one. What's he got? Oh, that's a nice line. I like that. I like the way that's coming. In fact, that might be quite a nice idea if we kind of give him some kind of, you know, those kind of vultures that you see on the telly, where they've kind of got this kind of big kind of vulture. It's got like loads of feathers, kind of like a bald head, but then he's got like loads of feathers under. That might be quite nice. Might give him a nice heavy, thick feeling to him. So maybe he is a vulture, some kind of nasty, ugly vulture with big feathers all around. And I don't know why I'm thinking about it, but I'm just thinking those legs would be lovely if he had legs similar there, you know. I've got to remember that I'm drawing nest, so sometimes I get very carried away with some of the stuff, and I think, oh, that'll be fun, and this will be fun, and you know, and then you kind of end up thinking, oh, what was the word again? And you completely forgotten. So this is where it's all starting to get. Let's draw some more legs there. Right, so where am I on my... Well, that's kind of funny. Right, so we're gonna Draw some big, ugly old feet. We love big, ugly old feet, don't we? Yes, we do. I don't know if there's anybody even out there even watching these videos, or if so if you are out there, if you are watching it, let me know. I'd love to know who watches this, who can actually sit through my insane mad rambles of whatever, you know. Is there anybody out there? Oh dear. Is there anybody out there? What was that? Pink Floyd, wasn't it? So and it's always beautiful with Indian ink. I love the whole texture of it, and everything about Indian ink. Just except that you can't get it out of your damn shirt if you spill it all over the place, which I've done on many a shirt, and splashed ink on many a shirt, and but apart from that, I love it. It's like the greatest liquid known to man. It's just absolutely beautiful. I love it. I love the way the ink, when you put it down, it kind of all sits on top of the paper, and it takes ages to dry, but when it does dry, it's got this lovely, thick, glossy type of feeling from it. I love that. Excuse me. It just has such an incredible texture to it. And that's all Indian inks, all of them. Doesn't matter what make it is. Right. Let's get back into this bird. Don't quite understand what, I don't know what I've done that for, but I guess my brain is telling me that there should be some kind of wing or something there. Let's get some big scaggy old feathers going on in there. Beautiful. And then again, also, it's like drawing with a dip pen. This kind of little metal nib that sits on the end just lets you free. You know, I kind of feel like some of those very tight little pens, I kind of feel like sometimes they limit you, make you feel like you've got to draw everything so damn perfect, and kind of micro pens or whatever they're called. You know, it's like you have to draw every line so even and nice and pretty and sweet, and whereas my lines are kind of like no, lively, expressive, passionate. That's all the words I'm going for today. And I love that. I love the fact that things get so lively. The line is indeed lively. Yeah, I love that. And I love the way also that sometimes you can just go in and like there, I was just thinking, well, wouldn't it be nice to thicken that up, you know? Lovely. That's quite funny. I have no idea what my brain's talking about, but why my brain even thought about it, but I'm happy it did. You know what? Let's get a bit of weight back on the top there. Lovely. Love that. Where's my pen go? Lovely. Right. Let's clean that nib down. That's coming up nice. I like that. I love the textures over there. Gives it this lovely loose feel. Just trying to draw some feathers down there, try and make his body look fluffy and feathery and all those other juicy words there. How's it looking? How do you think? Any thoughts? Any comments? I'm just going to thicken up some of these feathers here so they stand out a little bit more. I'm starting to feel some of them are disappearing in there. And we don't want that. We want a nice big crisp thick line there. It just defines the feathers more. It just defines the fact that it's a wing, so it's not disappearing into it. So it's just thickening those lines up a little bit. And it'll kind of make a clarity to it. There you are. Much better. Much better. Much better. I'm gonna get some lines going here. Oh, knock those inks over. That's looking nice, isn't it? Nice and I like that. Kind of wistful feathers sticking out the back there. Right. Alright, don't forget about the nest. Alright, let's put the nest on a rock. So it's kind of got the feeling that it's up on a mountain somewhere. High up. You can imagine it's a nest on top of a large rock. Let's give it a nice that's the rock. Giving it a little bit of a texture to it. And that's the rock that the nest is sitting on. You get a little bit of a shadow effect underneath it. Lovely. That's cool. I like that. I like that a lot. That's kind of funny. And then what we'll do is we'll put some thick. This is the nest. That's what the word is. That's what today's word is. The nest. So we can build that up. Make it look like a nest of sorts. And that's the nest that he's sitting on, a tiny little nest. A huge big fat bird, but he's sitting on this tiny little nest. It makes it an absolutely delightful image. I love that. So we can keep all the little branches, twigs there on the nest. That's quite nice. I like that. That's really funny. Lovely. That's where we needed that thick line. That's what I was talking about, defining the feathers, so that once we've drawn all these, that it kind of makes the feathers stick out and not disappear, which is quite a common thing with drawings. When you're trying to do too much, sometimes things get lost within each other. And sometimes you've got to kind of use that black and white as much as you can to kind of define things. And that's what I'm trying to do there with that. Whoo! Yeah. Man, that's kind of funky. I like that. Again, just bringing in a little bit more of that. A little bit more of the grey into the rock. Kind of, again, it defines the difference between the rock, the nest, and the bird. Very nice. I like that. I'm very pleased with that. All right, let's just drop in a couple of clouds there just to make it clear that this nest is high up in the air there a little bit. Lovely. That's the clouds. That's baby feeding whoever's waiting for the food. And that's today's word, is the nest. That's what we've done. We've done nest. And I'm pleased with that one. That was really fun. It was fun the way that it just kind of, the characters kind of just fell together. So nice. All right, let's get a name up on there, just so we know who did it. Can you remember who did it? Can you remember? Kieron Seamons. I hope you enjoyed watching my drawing. I hope you enjoyed today's word for Inktober. It's been an absolute pleasure to draw for you today. Absolute pleasure. I've really enjoyed this one today. So, thank you very much for watching today's drawing. It was fabulous. I had great fun. So, if you enjoyed my drawing and if you would like to see some more, please subscribe. There's loads of drawings going up, quite regular that I put up drawings, and especially with the Inktober, it's kind of like every day there's something there for you to look at. Today is the nest. Isn't that a beautiful nest? With a very hungry chap on top, with somebody delivering a nice juicy worm for him. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very, very, very much. And thank you for all the subscriptions. And I'd love to get some comments from you. See you again very soon. Bye-bye.